What if I told you President Trump might be crashing the stock market on purpose? Yeah, on purpose. In this video, we're unpacking the viral theory straight from a post Trump made on Truth Social that points out that this is all part of a genius America First master plan. You're definitely going to want to watch this. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back. So look, if you like our videos and you haven't already, become a subscriber to the channel. Hit the notification bell, smack that like button because it helps us get our message out to more people who need to hear it. All right, let's talk about the stock market, or should I say the roller coaster ride that's got Wall Street assuming the crash position. You've seen it. Wild swings, red numbers, financial pundits hyperventilating on TV, the fake news pouncing on the story just to throw trash at the president. But what if that chaos is actually part of an engineered plan? Stay with me. What if this isn't a mistake, but the most brilliant economic play we've ever seen? Here's the headline. Trump is crashing the stock market by 20% this month, but he's doing it on purpose. Yes, that's straight from a video he posted on Truth Social. And no, it's not because he accidentally hit the crash button at Mar-a-Lago while trying to post a meme. All right, according to the video, Warren Buffett allegedly says Trump is making the best economic moves he's seen in over 50 years. So either Trump has a crystal ball or he's playing 5D economic chess while the rest of DC is still licking monopoly money. Give it a watch.
Trump is crashing the stock market by 20% this month, but he's doing it on purpose. And this is why Warren Buffett just said Trump is making the best economic moves he's seen in over 50 years. Now, here's the secret game he's playing, and it could make you rich. So why is he doing this? To push cash into treasuries, which forces the Fed to slash interest rates in May, and those lower rates give the Fed the ability to refinance trillions of debt very inexpensively. It also weakens the dollar and drops mortgage rates. Now, it's a wild chess move, but it's working. Now, you're probably wondering, what about his tariffs? Well, I'll tell you, it's a genius play. It actually forces companies to build here to dodge them. It also forces farmers to sell more of their products here in the US to bring grocery prices way down. We've already seen this with eggs. Now, remember, 94% of all stocks are owned only by 8% of Americans. So Trump, he's taking from the rich short term and handing it to the middle class through lower prices.
All right, to get into the details, they say Trump is flooding the market with U.S. treasuries. Why? To force the feds to lower interest rates in May. And guess what happens when rates drop? The U.S. government can refinance its Titanic-sized debt for pennies on the dollar. Now, this would help you, too, with mortgage rates. Is this suspicious timing on Trump's part or a calculated brilliance? We're talking about a weakened dollar, falling mortgage rates, and suddenly refinancing starts to look like a weekend in Vegas with cash back. Do you see where I'm going with this? The video called it a wild chess move, and I've got to say it's the most polite way I've ever heard someone describe a market crash. And the tariff plan, well, get ready. The video claims it's a genius play because it pressures companies to manufacture in the U.S. again. Remember, Trump told American companies that went overseas, look, you can come back here and take advantage of everything America offers you. And also, we're going to lower your taxes, or you can stay over there and pay 25% tariffs. Nobody will buy your stuff. Plus, it makes the farmers sell their stuff locally, which always means lower grocery prices. Remember when the Biden administration gave us a ton of inflation? Well, that's because they wanted to lower the value of the dollar so that they could refinance their debt. But look at that got us. I mean, in other words, they harmed all of us with higher prices for things for that. But Trump has figured out how to do this and to help everybody. Now, remember, eggs were chosen. They were the poster child for this one. The libnuts started screaming egg prices were still up only days after Trump was sworn in. That's not a good look for the party unless you wanted to look dumb. And just to rub a little salt in the globalist wound, 94% of all stocks are owned only by 8% of Americans. Translation, the elites are the ones sweating while middle-class America gets the benefit. It's like Robin Hood, but with a red tie and an economy-sized tax return. right? Here's the actual playbook. Tank the market, scare investors, push them toward U.S. treasuries. That forces the Fed's hand. They slash interest rates, and Trump refinances the debt like it's a car loan he found on Craigslist. Coincidence, or is this phase 2 of the Trump economic universe? Now, let's talk about the debt, the ugly truth Washington doesn't want you to hear. Right now, America is spending more on interest payments than anything else. We're maxed out, just paying the minimum and stuck in a financial treadmill of doom. Trump's logic? If he can cut interest rates, we save hundreds of billions of dollars every single year. That's not just smart, guys. That's borderline revolutionary. Now, how much are we talking? Try $400 billion in annual savings. That's your money, your family's future, not heading overseas to bondholders sipping wine in Davos. And who really owns the stock market? Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent lays it out. The top 10% of Americans own 88% of equities. The next 40% owns 12%. The bottom 50%, they've got debt. You've got debt. And that's exactly who Trump is fighting for. Now, about those tariffs again, Bessent delivers the mic drop, saying if tariffs are so bad, why do other countries have them? Or if the American consumer is going to pay all the tariffs, then why do they care? Boom. Tariffs work. That's why. That's why they hate them. They hurt the elites far more than they hurt Joe and Jane taxpayer. For decades, these multinational vampires have been sucking the wealth out of America. And Trump, he ripped out the IV. The takeaway here, guys, is this isn't some blunder. It's exactly what we signed up for. It's what we voted for. While the media melts down and the left panics, Trump's team is calm, calculated, and charging forward. The economic strategy, it's strong and risky, maybe even nuts. But here's the thing. It's working so far. Is this what you voted for? The answer is yes. This is exactly why we voted for President Trump. We are getting exactly what we wanted. If Trump's plan holds, guys, we're not just surviving. We're flipping the script. Refinance debt, lower prices, manufacturing on our own soil, and a middle class that finally gets a break. That's not just good policy. That's a new American era. All right, thanks for watching. Hit that notification bell if you want to be kept up to date with all that's going on in D.C. right now. I'll see you in the next one.